I guess I should add myself. Good morning. Congratulations, Global Greg. You did it. You're number one, Daddy-O. And you fulfilled my wishes to the nth degree. Awesome comment, awesome topic. And we'll definitely do it on the channel. So anyway, for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, I created another channel, and I actually created another channel on the 15th of last month, and it went for 12 days with zippity doo-dah. And so I searched it and couldn't find it. So I said, well, what the hell is this all about? So I went, I kind of did it and then forgot about it. So I went back to the channel that I created and realized that they needed to verify that I was a real human being. I skipped a step in setting up the channel. When I originally got this channel, it was set up for me by another guy because I didn't know what the hell I'm doing. And so anyway, I went back, I verified it, and then I went 2 days, and it was out there, the channel, my secret channel, and nothing happened. So I threw a hint out there. I thought it would be fun to make a little Easter egg hunt out of the deal, and people found it. So I'll put a link to it, maybe, or something to that effect, in the description box of this if you guys want to jump in. And the whole point of making another channel was basically for my own entertainment and hopefully for some other people too. I'm kind of restricted here with topics. In other words, I don't want to mislead anybody. And so if I have a channel that says Paul in the Philippines, Old Dog New Tricks, which is like my little handle I made up, then I should represent myself as being the guy living in the Philippines and showing, daily life, my thoughts on the Philippines, this, that, and the other. If I go off onto other topics, then it's misrepresentation. So what I created was another channel to where those restrictions don't apply and any topic can be approached. And I don't want it to be super vulgar or anything, but I do want to have an opportunity to, I try to keep this as PG as possible. And so even though I know some of you take exception to my thumbnails of Baby May, get over it. So I really do. I try to keep it, civil and all that. And it's not that the other channel is going to be uncivil, but I'm thinking that there are other topics that can be discussed that we can delve into, and it wouldn't be a misrepresentation. I'm not looking for thousands of subscribers. I'm not looking to get monetized. I'm not looking to do anything. I'm just looking for an outlet for creativity for all of us. And so we can just go off the hook. The challenge that I face out here on something like that is, as far as having guests on the show, there's a limited number of people here that I am all that compatible with as far as having these kind of discussions. But there's a million guys out in this atmosphere that aren't here in Dumaguete/Valencia that I think would be cool to have on as guests, sort of like I did with Dean and the rest of them, So I think that might be the direction that we'll go. I'd like to maybe just have somebody that wants to be on the channel, and we'll have a discussion. And it could be about anything. It could be about what's going on in America. It could go about religion. It could be about evolution. It could be about what happens when you die. Thoughts about this, that, and the other. So just something new to bounce around. So let me get to some comments here. And as usual, I'll probably skip about 100. Who knows? Hello from New Jersey. Well, thanks, Habib, for coming along, buddy. Good morning, Joshua. Hey, how you doing, Charlie? Fred, good morning. You found the channel. I saw that. I think you were in the top 10 or something like that. There's 16 people have found the channel and subscribed. Michael Flynn, how you doing? There he is. Ted Bell, how you doing? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning from Austin, Texas. Thanks, Gerald. Yeah, Merry Christmas. It is. That was actually, I've got Well Done Global Greg down there because Global Greg not only found the channel first, but Global Greg also left a comment and suggested a topic, which is a cool topic. And so we'll do that. In fact, if Global Greg wants to come on and do it with me, he's more than welcome to. We'll just see how far the wheels fall off this bus. Hey, man, how you doing, Douglas? Thank you so much. Good morning, Mr. Ron. Randy, how are you doing, Don? I will buy Bud Brown breakfast. Thank you, Ted. I will do that. I haven't seen Bud since we did the thingamajigger on his channel where he set up all these different cameras. But yeah, I'd like to film that too. I like to do that kind of film with Bud. Hey, man, Gary Berg, where have you been, darling? How are you, man? Saw the hint but forgot the name of the rooster. Yeah, that's what a lot of people said. It's Gaylord. Yeah. Let's see, Robert. Good morning. How you doing? It's been a while. We got together. Yeah, let's make it happen. How about today? We begin again as True Biff. Yeah. You want to chat with someone interesting, chat with Biff. Biff's one of those guys you talk to and you come away a better man. Let's see. What's up, Dog Bill from Michigan? I think you have an awesome personality. Well, thank you so much. It's all a big shyster thing. I'm just a used car salesman, remember? Let's see. Greetings from D.C. Hi from Texas. Nice to meet you. I don't think I've ever met you before. Kamal. Nice to have you on, buddy. Yeah, you're there too, Daddy-O. No, but you know what? I don't want to turn it into some big, long, drawn-out deal. It was just my curiosity got satisfied. I'm a very curious guy, and it's interesting. If I might do it a third time, for any other reason other than to start some innocuous channel and just don't say anything to anybody and just see if anybody finds it, because I'm still mystified. Why would anybody subscribe to a channel that has no content as of yet? Like right now, the new little channel only has this little 3-minute introduction that you can barely hear, really poor quality as usual. And I just did it to throw something up. And so now the games will begin, and we'll try to spice it up a little bit. Good morning, Mr. Schaefer. How are you, my friend? Lieutenant Dave, good morning. Looking mighty chipper. Thank you very much. Yeah, the new channel is just, like I said, it's just another outlet, creative outlet. We'll see what happens. All is well, Jeff. Really is. Good morning. Good morning. May gives love to all of you. She had a snafu, my fault, which I had to rectify. And she interviewed a woman that came over and asked to be on my channel, I think. I don't know. I couldn't understand because they don't speak English. But anyway, mother of 4, 27 years old, her old man left her for another woman, Filipino guy, and she sweeps the streets and cleans a restaurant. And she's got 4 mouths to feed. And she just came on May's channel, and May was just kind of introducing her to the world, no agenda. And I didn't do what I should have done because I managed the computer end of it for May and her sister. And comments. See, right now I don't have any restrictions on comments on any of my videos. If you want to say what you want to say it. It doesn't bother me. But I forgot to hold the comments on that video, 2 women. And so, of course, some guys jumped in and were calling her names and whatnot, made her cry, called May, all upset. We shut off the comments. And then she just came by this morning and said, it's all good. Thanks for turning off the comments. But it just, I was in a little deal with Mark yesterday. We did a video together, and I thought about that. And I thought, who does that to, she's not widowed or anything, but here's just a hardworking mother of 4, 27 years old, sweeps leaves all day, goes on May's channel, and says she'd like to meet somebody. She didn't ask for anything, but she did receive a gift. May did receive a gift, and so just gave it to her. And yeah, God, I gotta go. Yeah, Christmas, a Burr month. September is the official start of Christmas here in the Philippines. My first year, I went. I had no clue that was going on, and I thought, really, there's 4 months of Christmas here. Whew. Good morning, David. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Let's see. How long have you lived in the Philippines? I have been here. What are we in? Well, about 4.5 years. I'm remiss in not looking for the other channel yet. I brought shame to my village. See what I mean? That's funny. How you doing, Jeff? What's up, Bill T? Hey, what's going on? What do you guys want to talk about today? Anything? Yeah. Oh, thanks. Yeah. We had what an exercise, man. We were going to meet at Coffee Groove, which is kind of between him and me. It's kind of a midpoint. And we had done a video there once before where the sound quality on mine was really bad and everything was hunky-dory on his. And so we wanted to try it again. In other words, we wanted to do simultaneous videos. And we're just both filming the same thing. And then he puts it on his channel and I put it on my channel. And we just kind of wanted to see what happened. Probably the last time we do that because I wanted to do it again because I figured out the audio issue. Now, we were at a noisy place, but that's not my fault. The audio issue was still clarified on mine. It wasn't that terrible. But yeah, it was fun, man. It was 40 minutes long. And we didn't even realize it. And we were just kind of shooting the breeze, whatever came into our heads. We were talking about alternatives to coming to the Philippines because I know that guys are chomping at the bit to get here. And so, we were recommending, if you will, or at least making people aware that there's other places that are open. And what would we do if we were in your shoes and say sold the house and the car and packed the bags and then COVID and you can't get in and this and that and the other. And so if you get a chance, maybe watch that video. I won't replay it here. Good morning. K9, how you doing, buddy? I haven't seen you for a little while. You all right? Everything good? Let's see. No politics should be discussed in this chat except for Dean's run for the president of Nicaragua. Wisconsin saying hello. How are you, Charles? Good morning, Jeff. Nice to see a lot of familiar faces, and it's nice to see the new ones, too. Good morning. Here for technical support. Switch from Android to Apple. I feel your pain. You know what Mark and I discussed yesterday is we're both knuckleheads with the computer, and there's so much more that we can do. And we need someone to come over and kind of like just show us. Neither one of us became computer savvy in our younger years. And so we're trying to find somebody that will be an IT person. And we have some qualifications for that. In other words, needs to speak English. We're going to pay them. And so we're kind of trying to, but we don't know where to look. And we've hired a couple of people to come over and do just that. And they kind of dropped the ball. They don't understand YouTube, I think, is the problem. That's where we need help. We need help with editing. I don't edit, but May does. So I wanted to have somebody sit down with May and kind of show her how to, maybe streamline that a little bit. One thing I have edited, though, is an intro. And I found that to be a lot simpler, where I just do a little video, and I shut off my phone, and then I continue on. And then May just patches the two together. Hey, man, nice to see you. Thank you very much, Carolina. Tom. Good morning from Canada. Some of my favorite people are from Canada. Comedians, lecturers, philosophers. Jordan Peterson, I've been listening to a lot. A lot of funny guys like Norm Macdonald come out of Canada. How come you guys produce so many funny people? What's up, Paul? Hope you and May are doing well. We're doing good, Carol. And took May in for her last tooth on Tuesday. And so her last tooth got drilled, tooth cavity, and turned out to be worse than they originally thought, of course. So they put medicine in there and sealed it up, and the pain's all gone. And she hasn't bitched about a migraine now for a while, but she says it has nothing to do with the teeth. She says that it's because she does TikTok every morning. That's the exercise to fix the migraines. So, okay, baby. Whatever you say. Okay, well, the channel has started. I just haven't got any content on it yet. All I got is this goofy introduction that I did like in 3 minutes in the room with bad sound and bad light, as we're become accustomed to. And I'll redo all that. I just wanted to get the channel out there, and it was a curiosity thing with me. How long does it take for someone to find it? And nobody found it. And then I threw a hint out there, and some people enjoyed the hunt. And some people used a lot of creativity in finding it. So that's why I'm saying well done, Global Greg, because Global Greg is the first subscriber to Gaylord and his secret channel. That's the name of the channel. And Gaylord being my chicken. And so he also did what I asked, which was awesome. He gave me an idea for content and what to talk about. So we're definitely going to honor that. And the first video that will be on Gaylord and his secret channel's channel will be Global Greg's suggestion. Randy, you're on there, baby. All right. Let's see, Mr. Darcy. Hey, Paul, big fan of yours and Mark. You and May are a great match. Thank you very much. Very interesting, informative, and entertaining videos. Keep them coming. Thank you so much. We try. I know we're not the biggest. I know we're not the fastest growing. I know we don't. And I think that's part of I think that's why I like it. Let's see. The girls and myself send our love, and we'll come on your show next week to say hello. Is that an order or a request? Wait a minute. Let's back up here. When am I going to be on your channel? Or you don't know how to live stream? It's a Dean. Let's see. Sorry to hear the trolls are hitting you and Mark pretty hard. Mark appeared to take it pretty hard, but I know you have pretty thick skin. I hate trolls, but you'll never get rid of them. Well, the trolls only bother me when they attack defenseless women or women that are, or men, I guess, that are poor and defenseless and far away. Again, Mark and I do differ. Mark takes it a lot harder than I do with people jumping. He's never backed down from a fight, according to him. And so, me, I don't see the point in fighting. That's where we differ. And it doesn't bother me one iota. My girlfriend told me, Ron. Oh, okay, you guys are chatting. Let's see. Some people want to bring others down to their miserable level. I think I'll make that a topic. I want to do some research on it, but I do know this. What little bit I do know is that Mark Twain said, never argue with idiots because they will bring you down to their level and then beat you with experience. So there's really no point in engaging with a troll or a hater. There is no winning the argument because there is no beginning to the argument. In other words, they've already, having the argument is their whole point. Whether or not you could debate them down with facts and figures is irrelevant to them. They have a sociopathic type of personality and narcissistic. And those are some things that you just cannot overcome. You can never win an argument with a narcissist or a psychopath because they don't have the ability to absorb information in a constructive manner. They are very sensitive, however, and react violently sometimes when someone does challenge them. So everything that they do is great and noble. And then when you criticize them or someone criticizes them, they just fly off the handle. So why I've never once engaged with them or commented. Let's see, I'm so sorry about people that are rude. None of you deserve that crap. Well, it's you know what? The world's a tough place. And so, and life is hard. Even if you're a trust fund baby, life can be hard. It's not all about money or fame or glory. So the trolls are part of life. But and there's so many different ways I could go on this, but just realizing that is that there are those people in the world and we all have our inner monsters, right? But how well do you temper that? And so I'm sorry that they're rude too, but they come with the territory. And I think what frustrates me is that it's impossible to engage them and shut them down. Guys actually have channels about my channel, about this guy's channel, about that guy's channel, and all they do is get together and they sound like the male version of The View, you know? And so I listen to them for maybe 2 or 3 minutes, and I just actually get bored. And there are bigger and better issues in my mind that if you're going to go on a crusade to correct what you perceive to be a wrong, in other words, they think I'm doing something wrong with my channel. Either it's because I'm with a younger woman, or they call me an e-beggar. I challenge them to show me where I've asked for money. But why go there? Let's see, we live in a different world than we started in, Paul. People can be mean for no good reason. Well, I think the world's always been a mean place, buddy. I think that it's always been a harsh. Let me ask you this question. I mean, it's a different, you're right in that there's the social media aspect of it. So people can hide more and maybe their meanness can come out that they normally wouldn't do on a one-on-one basis. But when people tell me that life is hard and it's a harsh world, one guy posed the question, do you have it easier or harder than your grandfather? And so I chew on that whenever I'm feeling sorry for myself. Let's see. Is there any chance to a disabled man looking for a better life in the Philippines? I believe there are chances for anybody and everybody. And if your disability is a physical one, where you have an issue with walking, ambulatory issues, or you're in a wheelchair, I've said it probably a dozen times, Dumaguete/Valencia, I cannot speak for any other part of the Philippines because I haven't been there and done that, is not a friendly place. There's not I trip, May trips, and there's not a level place in the whole friggin' city. So impossible. No sidewalks that are functioning, streets, potholes. So anybody with issues as far as walking is going to have a hard time here. I do not know the specifics of your disability, but the Philippines would be actually, I think, due to if you needed caregiving, I do know a guy that I don't know him personally, but I've seen a guy that actually can't walk after I just made that big long speech. However, what he has done is he has the financial resources. He owns a car and he has a full-time driver and he has, I think, another guy that goes with him. So I'll occasionally see him go in for coffee or breakfast someplace. And they are actually holding him by the arms to balance him and allow him to walk. I do not pretend to know what his exact disability is, stroke or something to that effect. So he's made it. So I just kind of contradicted myself, but that's kind of like, I think that if I was to have a disability that put me down or confined me, I would rather be here than the States, just because of the help and the fact that you can get full-time help, reasonably priced, as opposed to the States where they put you in a home. Just remember that the majority of us enjoy your content and stories and the troll. Oh, absolutely. I do know that. I mean, and I appreciate that, David. You're correct. It's always a squeaky wheel that gets greased, you know? So that's why I'm trying to be positive here with well done, global great. reward that. And it just pisses me off that that they hurt girls or those, not just girls. I don't like bullies. And in fact, I unfriended a guy that I've known for a long time. And he had done a lot of things that I didn't agree with. And I kind of just overlooked it. But then one day he told me, he said, I've always been a bully my entire life. And that capped it for me. So I ended that relationship. Not to condone all that. Life has its trade-offs, pros, a little level of fame, and cons include stupid, cruel people. Yeah. True statement. Gee, what can I possibly come in here to make you cry? Just keep it. Hey, old Doug, still can't find your channel. I enjoyed your. Well, thanks for watching it. It was a long one, wasn't it? And I was tell you, we went and met at the Coffee Groove, and the friggin' Coffee Groove was closed. And they're closed on Mondays and Tuesdays. So I said, let's go to the Groove. It's halfway there. It was Wednesday, and they just closed. And we said, now what? So we went here to Valencia, And we sat down and there was nothing but noise. And so I said, and we couldn't come to my house because May was a little under the weather and she was sleeping. And I said, can't go in there. I want to let her rest. She was having stomach issues. And so we went to Shinton Ridge, and it's a nice, and I thought, oh, it'll be a beautiful view and all that. And then the light didn't work. So these are the challenges we face. But we sat down and shot the shit for about an hour and filmed it. Let's see, I would like to do is looking for today. Play ball. Yeah, I didn't think so either. I mean, you always get complainers that, because this, that, and the other. But I thought the audio was a lot better. What do you think? And you know why it was better? I was wearing a microphone for Mark's channel, but I just have discovered on my phone that the built-in speaker works the best. So trial and error, back and forth with my goofy phone. And plugins don't work well on it, wireless or attached. So that's what we did. Good morning, Steve Hunt. Here's Biff. What's up here? Let's see. Just an FYI, those concerned a move to somewhere in Latin America. Many countries allow duty-free importation of your personal vehicle if you're on a retiree visa. Huge plus. Biff does a lot of cool research. He sends me a lot of good information. In fact, we were just talking about the 13A. We weren't talking, but it was on an email. Biff's a wealth of information. I need Biff on the show. Let's see, Band Rush out of Canada. Oh, yeah. Canada produces just some awesome entertainment. Oh, I'm glad you're having a good day there. So, the fires and the hurricanes are still going. I want to talk about that too on the other channel. Maybe in Canada we are lighthearted, Paul. Could be. Are you Canadian? Off the Cuff Adventures with Jamie. I mean, gosh, was it Martin Short? Just so many funny people. Dean would be the first president ever with 5 ladies. Five first ladies. Yeah. I think 4 or 5 guys have gone down there now. I know of 3 for sure. And Ed from Queens was there. He went back to New York after a month. And he said that a few more guys were heading in. Greetings. Let's see. Good morning, Paul. Love watching your channel. Appreciate the way of sharing your chosen life in the Philippines. There's still a lot to enjoy. Stay safe. Thank you very much. Always nice to see a Filipina on the channel here. What a treat. I watched Rizat the beach and 2 baby made TikTok, but haven't received notifications from your channel. So I thought you were on a hiatus. You're probably right, K9, because it's been over a week since I did a video. I go through phases. I don't know. Sometimes I'm just not interested. I got other things to do. I can't think of anything. I hate to make a video for the sake of making a video, just to say I did it. I always like to have something to say. Let's see what we got here. Love you too, buddy. Good morning, brother. Young lady, I hope you got my email. Nice to see that chicken in a fight. Hey, you hear the chicken outside right now? Hey, David Kaiser, how you doing, man? That's a good question. I asked him twice now. Gary used a service to go to Thailand in October 1. He booked and paid for it. And Mark and I discussed it a little bit in our video that I posted yesterday or last night. And I thought, what an awesome idea. He found a service that takes care of the tickets, the hotel, the COVID test, the this, the that, the other. And they charge a fee for that, of course. But it releases you of all the brain damage. And I guess when things shift and change, they're on top of it. So they can kind of, it's a service that'll like hold your hand and get you through all the bureaucracy, and you'll have the papers and the forms and the test, and you know the price. And he's going to go to Phuket, Thailand, October 1. So I wanted him on the show on a live stream to talk about it, but he didn't reply. Let's see. I'd place a bet. Let's see. Speaking of Dean, 3 of the 5 guys that went down there are staying. He found them apartments, and his Cuban friend found them girlfriends. I'm trying to get a trip together for early 2022. Yeah, I didn't. It was 5 guys then. Okay, because I haven't really got an update. I knew 3 guys went. I know that 1 guy stayed because he's a digital nomad. And 2 guys, I believe, left. Ed left and Dave left, I think. Or is he still? I can't remember now. And I heard that a few more guys were going down there. But, you know, say what you want about Dean. Everybody has told me that he's totally chill in person. Super helpful, super friendly. Just a nice guy. You know, I don't know. He's not the sham wow guy that you see on the channel here. Ed told me he gets excited when he gets on the camera. We are the generation, man. Yeah, you know. And I'm really impatient. I'm not one of these guys that reads the manual. And I know that's the mistake. I know the source of my problem is not sitting down when I first got a computer, which was in the 90s, and going page by page and going through, because reading the technical manual is not my idea of a good time. So I just winged it, and here's the results. Total illiteracy. When I see trolls making these girls are already punished with a very hard life, I want to rearrange their troll faces. You know, it's incredible to me that some of these guys haven't met with a little stronger resistance, if you know what I mean. The things they say and the people they insult. Things have crossed people's minds. I'll just leave it that way. Still free this week. All right. The thumbs up. Yeah, the thumbs up are still free this week. If you want to give this video or this live chat a thumbs up, we have been running a special. We're carrying it into the Christmas season. There's no charge today for a thumbs up on this video. Make them cry being mean to them. Yeah. Yeah. Big. You know what's funny? It's not funny, but I made that comment and a guy came on and left a comment. I left the comment up there. And he went right back and reiterated what the guy had said. Yeah, she's just looking for money. She's a whore. She's this, she's that. It's like, really? But it was on my channel, so I left it up there. Dean can't be president of Nicaragua. He wouldn't get anything done since his cabinet would be handpicked from his rotation. No work at all play. He would be the Benny Hill Clinton in the presidential office. Paul, I would like to talk to. In other words, you want to be on the channel? That'd be cool. Sorry I'm late. I was napping because I can. Exactly, China Dave. That's exactly right, Mr. David. Good morning from Spanaway, Washington. One day I will get there. Now looking like 2022. I agree with you, Paul. I think that's logical. D9, the president of the Philippines made some sort of statement that he wants it to be 100% open by 2022. Whether that means January or the summer, I don't know. And again, it's just a statement that I read. Doesn't mean it's happening. I'm the guy that thought COVID would last for about a month. Here we are, a year and a half later. Let's see, I'll watch your videos just to listen to you laugh. Laughter is great for the heart and soul. Thanks, Gary. Yeah, that laughter is a great medicine. I think that's it's a great stress reliever. So much better than harboring resentment and hate and all that and wishing misfortune. Great stress reliever. Let's see. For your restaurant is doing great. Oh, yeah. And house will be complete this month. I turned 62 within the next 11 months. Going to start my benefits ASAP. Good on you, brother. Yeah, Gary invested in a restaurant, and it's doing real well. And Gary has been a friend of the channel with Baby May was cooking, since she was cooking. And then she went off to do other things. And we love Gary Burke. Good morning, George. We love George too. George, see there's a smile. That's the way you want to be right there. I'm a subscriber number 31 to the new channel. All right, we got 31 people. Now I got to come up with something, right? Let's see, you're right about trolls. A normal person just goes elsewhere if they don't like something on a particular channel. Trolls want to boost their lack of self-esteem by arguing and being nasty. Yeah, what confuses me to no end is the guys that, or the topic that they go after. They seem to be, I just think that there's bigger fish to fry. I mean, there's people that are doing stuff like sex trafficking, physical abuse to people, theft, corruption. I mean, if you want to chase after something and expose them, there's bigger fish to fry than guys like me. Let's see, love to comment on the trolls being the male version of the View. Yeah, I know the one. I know, and I got them all named in my head too. I know who's Whoopi. I know who's Joy. I know who's Barbara. Yeah. I'll get these curtains back to you one of these days. Let's see. Hey, Paul, I was sad to hear about the passing of the Rolling Stones drummer Charlie Watts. Yeah, been listening to the Stones music ever since. Are you a fan too? Just wondering. I probably listen to the Stones five nights a week. There's days where, you're in music helps me a lot. And so some days I'm just in kind of a, one of those quiet moment thinking, deep thoughts kind of things. So I'll put on Bob Dylan and I'll listen to Bob Dylan. And then I've always been a Beatle fan. I've always been a Bowie fan. And I'll watch their live concerts. And then if I'm kind of pumped up, if you will, Charlie Watts in an interview with 60 Minutes said that Mick Jagger was the greatest frontman a band could ever have, and I agree with that. And I was sad to hear Charlie died. He's 80 years old. But on an upbeat note, Ringo Starr's 80 years old. He looks like he's about 30. So I don't know what that man's been drinking. See, I guess the positive thing is that you must be important enough for trolls to talk about you in the first place. I guess. I mean, but that's my point, is that I have if you look at the scheme of things, all these guys that get attacked are relatively small channels. I mean, there's people with millions of subscribers, hundreds of thousands of subscribers. So they're just massive. Where we're just bouncing around. We get 1,000 new subscribers a month if we're lucky, or 10,000 views on a on a video if we're lucky. Nice comments, bad comments, that's okay either way. But I don't know. I just can't understand the mentality, but I guess I'm not supposed to. Ageism should be a crime. I don't know what that word is. Ageism. You know what? I'm unfamiliar with that word. See, I like to tell the truth. I really enjoy your live stream. You should do more. Oh, Jim, you don't want to listen to me all day, but thank you. Let's see. Hey, Delaware, what's going on? So I don't really have a topic other than I wanted to congratulate Global Greg. I don't think he's on right now. And let him know that he was #1 and that he's got an idea for a video for me to do, and I'm going to do it. And I want you guys to leave comments. And if you want to be on that channel, please let me know and we can make it happen. And we'll make it impromptu. So I don't like to do a lot of talking beforehand and say, okay, you say this and I'll say that. It's not the way I roll. I just sort of like to watch things unfold. And so be warned on that. Oh, I just signed up. You're the 19th subscriber. All right. So well said about the Mark Twain observation. Ignoring them is the best weapon against them, and they will move on to something that will engage. Yeah, they die a slow death anyway. And if you do pay attention, one thing I've found is that all of the old channels that used to be around like that died. They just starved. The only thing that will keep them alive is attention. And so they're literally, if you literally can starve them of attention. But I must have had 3 or 4 people send me links for days about, hey, did you know this guy posted this about you? And this person's saying that, and this one's, and I'm like, yeah, I know. And even May, she don't give a shit. She used to. Let's see. It's hard to win it over a smart person, but impossible. Exactly. I'm going to steal that. Okay. Frugal with John. I'm stealing that line. I like that. That is impossible. I tell you what, I've got guys that just aren't as sharp as sticks, and in the box, if you will. And I bump into them and have basically the same conversation. And it's all good. You know, we're friendly. It's 30 minutes. We're cordial to one another. But I really, really, really would rather lose an argument to a smart person, because then you come away better. You learn something. Truth is really good. And so sometimes if you lose an argument, it's because you were wrong. And now you walk away armed with more information. A stupid person, it's so frustrating. Let's see, Jessica, but I can do with 2 or 3 kids, but 4 is, but that's me. I could easily see me with someone like her. She seems so sweet. Yeah, that's the whole point, is we like reality out here. And so she actually, our landlord approached May or me and came, and they were both working in our yard. She was digging out weeds with the landlord, who came over to do some maintenance on the yard. And they got to chatting and saying that they should be on my channel. I said, no, I like the women to be on May's channel, especially if there's no English involved. So it's just, the dynamic is too hard. It's too uncomfortable. And the girls freeze up. So May did her best with her and just told her story. That was the point, you know, and shared that with you guys. And I find poor people a lot more interesting than rich people. I always have. Mark is the opposite, which doesn't make me right and him wrong, but he likes to rub elbows, if you will, with kind of the millionaire types and the real successful businessmen and all this, that, and the other. And while those guys are all well and good, I just find the ordinary guy to end up being the extraordinary guy. just because of the challenges they face and the attitudes that they have about their life. Let's see. I say a funny quote regarding life is hard. There was a picture of John Wayne, the Duke, and the caption stated, "Life is hard. Life is harder if you're stupid." Ain't that a fact? At least America was more moral when I was young. People believed that there was such a thing as right and wrong, even if they didn't do it. Well said, Ron. Let's see. What about using an electric cart or something similar? Impossible. Impossible. Anything with wheels on it, if we're talking about disabilities and someone that has an issue like a wheelchair or a cart. I have a neighbor, or an old neighbor, named Jerry McCullough, and he has a cane, but he also has a car, and I don't think he does a lot of physical stuff. It's complicated because the way, I mean, there's a million places that you just can't go to because there's steps, and the steps are uneven. So I'm talking about with a cane even. And me, I get vertigo, so May has to hold on to me sometimes to keep me from falling over. You know, like them apples. See, why did you shave your goatee, man? It was so hip. You know, it's coming back, Daddy-O. Number one reason was it was May's birthday, and she requested that I shave it off because she hates it. And so I did. You know, I could always grow back, right? So I'm going to let it come back. And the other problem was, I have an edger or a trimmer, you know, but I can't find the attachments to it so I can thin it down. I don't like it when it gets real bushy and stuff. I know yours is totally awesome, but and I find myself doing this a lot, you know, and it's just kind of a weird nervous habit, I guess. So I'm going to bring it back, but I want to make it smaller or shorter, if you will, closer. Yeah, 6 kids. I was a single parent, you know, because I was divorced and my kids were still under my care with 3 of them. That was an interesting time. I did that for, how old were they? Man, about 8 years. You would see, I saw that one too. I was like the saying, life is hard. If you're going to be stupid, you better be tough. Yeah. Filipino's perspective. Everything is good now that you're here with Filipino's perspective. Thanks for joining in. Always good to see the ladies. Yeah, how do you do that to someone? I guess easily, you know. If, again, I've been watching this Canadian guy, Jordan Peterson. I just kind of found him. And he's a real deep thinker. About 30% of what he says, I don't even understand. I don't understand a lot of the words that he uses. That's how illiterate I am. And I don't even know what it means. So I have to go look up a word just to understand what the guy's talking about. And so, but he explains that sociopathic people do not care about anything. They don't have the ability to feel empathy. It's just like it doesn't exist in their body. The extreme version of that are the serial killer guys. And the guys that, you know, torture people, kidnap kids, and do atrocious things to men, women, children. They have zero empathy. And it's just like talk about a birth defect. Whew. Checking in. Hey, Tommy, what's going on there on the golf course? I see our pharmacy items readily available, such as condoms, meds. They are and they aren't. Yeah, condoms and all that is readily available at 7-Eleven. As far as meds, They're really expensive on some items. You can get your cholesterol medicine, high blood pressure, all that kind of stuff over here. And I quit taking all that after about 6 or 7 months here because my blood pressure and all that just sort of naturally went down. Um, if you're talking about like pain medication, no. You can buy stuff called tramadol, which is the strongest thing. You can get it over the counter at some places, and other places are going to want a prescription. You can get like Valium, and that's going to be about the strongest. I don't know if that's a narcotic or not, but that's about as strong as it gets over here. There's no opiates, opiates. Am I saying that right? Available. I understand that in speaking of Dean, in Nicaragua, that all that stuff is not opiates, but a lot of this stuff like Viagra and Cialis and all that kind of stuff is manufactured over there. So it's really readily available. And here, some places, if you want to get, say, Viagra, they're going to request that you have a prescription. And then if you walk into another place, they don't want a prescription. So is it readily available? Yes. Is it a pain in the ass? Yes. Until you figure out who does what. And that's part of the benefit, I think, of living out here over 4 years is that a lot of the stuff that made me just absolutely loopy has been eliminated because I've already been to 10 different places to find one thing, and I know where that one thing is now. So I can just go straight to it. It's like shortages, a lot of shortages, a lot of out of stock stuff. And so you might go into the place that sells the Viagra or the Valium or the pain medication. And even though that's the place to go, now they're out of stock. So it's a long-winded answer to your question, but that's the reality. I would not even to the X, and she is. I would not even to the X, and she has earned it. Can you get prescription painkillers if prescribed by a doctor? I've never asked for any. I don't think the strong stuff is available out here. Don't hold my feet to the fire on that. But if you're talking about stuff like the oxycodone, no. The only other ones that I can think of are what? Loratab. I've been prescribed all of those back when my neck I had 2 blown discs. They put me on every pain med you can imagine. What was the other one? Vicodin. That's right. I've never seen or heard of that. I do know that there is a guy that will sell you anything you want, as there is in any town. So if you had to have it, you can get it, but it's from a dealer type guy. But I don't think they're big on, they're like, just tough it out. And so I wouldn't say this is the place to come if you've got chronic pain. Let me just sum it up that way. What's up, Paul? Does the hot weather start to bother you over time? That's another benefit of being out here for a while. I time my day around the weather. Today's going to be a hot one. I can tell you right now. So normally, and to answer your question directly, yes, it did the first year. It really just knocked my dick in the dirt. It was so hot and so humid. And even though I came from Vegas, which would get up to 119 degrees sometimes, this is a different kind of heat. And dehydration will set in fast on you here. And for some reason, I didn't know it. So I bought dehydration salts. So to answer your question, yeah, the first year was a mother. But like everything else, I've just sort of reprogrammed how I operate. Early in the morning is when I'll go out if we've got stuff to do, when it's cool. About 2 o'clock in the afternoon is when it starts to peak. That's the heat I'm speaking of. To about 5. There's about a 3-hour window. And May and I have turned that into nap time. So I have an air conditioner in my bedroom, and we will go in there and just lay down and knock out for a couple, 3 hours if it's a hot day. Other days are overcast, and those are the best days ever because it's like actually cold up here, and it's not too bad down on the floor of the city or by the beach. Overcast days, we stay out all day, and we find something to do just because we can. That is my point. They attack the weak women who can't defend themselves. That's what pisses me off. Take your best shot at me. I could care less. Don't mess with my girl, though. Yeah. Well, you don't mess with people smaller or weaker or poorer than you. Condoms are small. There if you can find them. I don't have anything to add as far as trolls are concerned. You have summed up my feelings about the subject exactly. Okay, David, cool. Good morning, Joycey. South Joycey. Did I say that right? Right on, Ron. Hey, Phil. Yeah, that's my name. I'm headed down to see our buddy Dean in less than 2 weeks. Here we go. You should watch his last video. Much respect. He lives and let lives. Watch video and you'll understand. Okay, yeah, I will. That's what I was saying. I found out that just from feedback from the guys, and the whole video that I did yesterday with Mark, we were talking about alternative places to go. And I didn't try to sell Nicaragua. We were talking about Mexico. I did bring up the point that Thailand is got a thing called the Sandbox. There's a guy that I know that's living over there. So I just think there's alternatives for you guys if you're in a holding pattern right now. Depends on budget. Let's see. Oh, I hate sales. I never liked sales. I never liked it. I was never comfortable in that whole deal. I did it because I had to. I did it because there's a whole story behind the story on that. And maybe one day I'll tell it. But the only place that I didn't like sales. No. I'll just leave it at that. I could go on for days. Well, the hot weather wear you down after a while. It did me, especially the first year. But if you've got a game plan, you duck into places that got air conditioning. You move and groove in the morning and when it's cool. And then I just come home when it's hot and get the hell out of it. Because it does wear me down. Hey, regarding the BIR, is it old dog new tactics or old dog new taxes? What are you asking? I pay IRS. Was that Harriet the Troll? May's registered with the BIR. I'm with the IRS. Harriet. Sometimes life is hard. Sometimes it's a big, wonderful kick. You got that right. Never know what the day's going to bring, do you? My favorite saying, you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. Because you wake up thinking it's going to go one way, and either it does or it doesn't. Hello, good morning from Pasay City. Are you an American? So am I. Yes, I am. Good morning, Paul, from Connecticut, where it's currently raining like hell. Remnants of the hurricane. Oh, boy. Louisiana got nailed again. Katrina was rough, and this is not looking good either. Good morning, Paul. Do you get depressed from the restrictions of the continuing lockdown? I don't get depressed. I know what depression is. I've been there and done that. I get a little bored sometimes. I guess my favorite word would be frustrated. I'll give you an example. I was going to meet some friends one day, I think it was, doesn't matter. And on the way down, it was 2:00 in the afternoon, overcast. So I was going out. And I popped into a McDonald's. I hadn't eaten all day. And I said, I need to get something on my stomach. So I popped into McDonald's. I was wearing a mask. I was in line and I was about ready to get up to the counter, and the security guard came to me and said, "Sir, you need a face shield, over the mask." And I said, "I do." And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "Well, okay." And I turned around and I walked out to my bike and got on it and drove away. I mean, I didn't get on his ass. He didn't do anything wrong. He just told me those are the rules. But I get frustrated because I'm going to walk up to the counter, place my order, but I have to have an extra layer of protection for that. And they've already got up all these guards and stuff. And then I'm going to walk to a table and take everything off. So I don't know what happens between going from in line to the counter to the table with my food and then taking off everything. But that, if you can give me the logic in that, I'd love to hear it. Hey, Paul, hope everything is good. Hi from Frog Island, New York, upstate, less than 3 years ago, then retired. There's 3 years to go, then retirement. Here I come, Philippines. There you go, buddy. Could be a lot of people coming out here, I think. I think Harriet's been on before. I just saw a comment. Wow, I'm way behind again. God, I got to shut up. Okay, this is the only life we get. Maybe that's what happens when you die is that you come before a big bearded man on a big throne and you say, "This heaven?" And he says, "Heaven?" You just came from there. I've heard that before. Yeah, that's a good one. Do you and Baby May have merchandise? No, sir, we don't. It's all we need. Friggin' merchandise. Eesh. Where is Baby May? I wonder where she is. She's outside sweeping leaves, if you want to know the truth. That's her deal. She loves to keep the yard clean. And that's just what she's doing. Greetings from New Zealand. I plan to be in Cebu in mid-2022. How's the vaccine? I think it's at like 8% or something like that. So it's not going real well, I'm sorry to say. Let's see, Harriet. Time to get the vaccine sorted. Here will be 2023. That is reality for all of you heading here. You have heard from Harriet, boys. Let's see, I just got here. Did I miss a Dean sighting? He's always in the background, isn't he? You can make a video anytime you want. Don't worry ahead of time about what you're going to say. You have the ability to say stuff without really trying. It just comes to you. You are a natural. Well, I appreciate that, man. But a lot of it's got to do with my state of mind, too. Let's see. Do you guys shop local market? We go to the big box. It's a combination, dude. May went, I just gave her 10,000 pesos and she went and bought 2 months worth of food. And I don't shop. I can't handle it. I lose my mind. I've never been a shopper, even when I was back in the day. I think when I was a kid growing up, and I was in my 18 to 22 years old kind of range,